Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. Wanted to thank you for joining us here on a Tuesday morning. We're very happy to have David Hall from EquiTrust join us here today. He's our internal wholesaler there at EquiTrust, does a great job on helping on the day-to-day activities regarding casework and other questions that come up based on EquiTrust's very strong portfolio of products. He'll be going over some of the incentives going on this year end, going over a big announcement they just had today on some rate increases. So I'm sure that David will be going over some of that information. And then we'll be discussing some of the hot selling products with EquiTrust, going over some of their better rates, better opportunities with them, and really strong programs they have going here in the fall of 2023. So glad to have David on board. Otherwise, this is Matt Tour. I'm the annuity specialist here at IMES. Been here for over a couple decades now. Been seeing a lot of changes this last 12 months on interest rates. These are the best rates I've seen since the mid to late 90s. So been over more than 25 years ago. We've seen rates at these levels, and they continue to go up. I've been seeing a number of companies, including EquiTrust, increase their rates in the last week, and really seeing a very competitive field out there for companies that want more business here going through the end of 2023, and really a great time to be in the insurance business. We see a lot of volatility in the stock market, a lot of ups and downs. I know today's a down day, yesterday was an up day. It seems to be the cycle. You have an up day, then a down day. It just depends on which outweighs the other based on what the market's doing. We've been seeing some really nice returns on the S&P index on renewals this last couple months. People are making 6, 7, 8, 10% returns based on the caps and what they have available on their specific product, and a great time, lock those rates in and look forward to another prosperous year the next 12 months. So we're looking forward to what's coming up in that space. We continue to offer our incentives for new producers here at IMES. We have a good choice depending on the level of business that you write with IMES, and anywhere between $100,000 up to $1 million in production will get you different items, including cash, iPads, different seminar systems, a lot of different things you can choose from, a radio show, a lot of good stuff going on there. So do keep that in mind. When you're doing business with IMES, you do get some nice incentives to go on top of your regular pay. And we have our referral program. You can refer agents to IMES. You receive a override based on their production. We also have a marketing reimbursement program. We reimburse you for your marketing costs. We reimburse half your costs. If you send in a $1,000 billing, we'll reimburse you $500 of that. It comes out of your marketing reimbursement account, and we put in $100 for every $100,000 of premium right with IMES. On the index side, if you did $1 million of production, that'd be $1,000 of marketing reimbursement. Great office team here, back office support team. They do a great job on creating more opportunities for you via the creative department. They get a great new business team that helps follow the cases through from start to finish, with applications being in the 50-page range these days, much more complicated than it used to be with the front and back side of an app, the way the good old days were. Now we've turned that into a 50-page book, and obviously many more opportunities to miss information. I always tell agents to use the e-app systems. You cannot finalize those until you've completed the app 100%. We use Firelight. They're the e-app platform that we use through IMES. They do a great job with their application system, and I've worked with many agents in the last number of weeks getting these applications finalized on Firelight, and it really simplifies things moving forward. Less mistakes, less missed information, a lot of good use of that e-app program. We, of course, have our own website, the www.imesinc.com. A lot of great information on the site. You can look up the latest interest rates on different annuities. You can pull up sales ideas. You can go to different industry links. You can go to home or state websites. A lot of good information you can pull off our website there. Definitely a good place to look at. As I mentioned, we do have our e-app solutions online. We use Firelight, iPipeline, and Sunfire are the main e-app programs we have through IMES, and we have a phone application you can use also. Do applications on your phone, and the e-app systems definitely make the process much quicker and much easier for both you and the home office. So I know we've seen a nice little incentive being offered by EquiTrust that runs here through the end of the year. You get $500 based on e-applications in addition to your regular commission. They'll do that for 5 different individuals that you write. Great way for you to make some additional monies moving into the end of the year. And also it helps EquiTrust in speeding up their process. Less apps not in good order, more applications moving through in a quicker pace. It helps on both ends for sure. So keep that in mind. We also have a good creative team here at IMES. We have a number of individuals that work in that end. We've got about 5 people that do that, and they can help you with website development, doing different advertising, using social media to do advertising. A lot of good stuff you can utilize with their help. They can change your logo of your business. They can change the colors, whatever you may want to have done. They can help with all of that, so keep that in mind. We have a IMES Wealth Management side of our business here at IMES. It's a really good additional feather you can have in your cap. I'm going to go ahead and launch a quick poll. If you would like to get information on the IMES Wealth Management team, what they can offer based on that platform, mark off yes, otherwise mark off no. And we do have a great group of individuals that work on that side, RIAs. We've seen a number of our top 20 agents get licensed on the security side in the last couple of years. I'd say 80% of our top 20, top 30 now is securities license, where it used to be 1% or 2%. Now we're seeing a much higher percentage of individuals taking advantage of that. If that's something you have some interest in, I'll have one of our specialists on that side, Duncan Smith, give you a call, and he'd be more than happy to go over the benefits of doing the RIA Series 65. It's not going to take away from your annuity business. It's just going to add on to what you can do for clients. So definitely keep that handy. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll here in about another 10 seconds. But if you do have interest, again, mark off yes. We'd be glad to have an individual give you a call to get that all taken care of. I'm going to get that closed up here. Keep moving forward. We do academies about 3 times a year. It's a all expense paid, typically academy we do. We bring you in. We fly you into our office or another office in Des Moines, and we will go over some details on sales opportunities. We have a lot of good speakers come in. It's a 2.5-day meeting. Go over a lot of good information on both annuities and life insurance. Great details being offered at these meetings. We're bringing a lot of additional speakers from different lead systems, home office personnel. We have a lot of good information we'll discuss at these meetings. So if you do have interest in coming out to one of our meetings, I just launched a second poll here. You can put down yes, you'd like to attend one of our 2-day meetings. We do a roundtable event at the meetings where we have some of our top selling annuity salesmen on the table, and they'll answer questions, go over kind of what they do to get in front of more people, close more sales, expand their business, kind of go over some of the hot topics here going into 2024. Our next meeting will probably be in the first quarter of 2024, probably sometime in March or April, and we'll be glad to have you come in, and we put you up hotel-wise, food-wise, drink-wise, everything's taken care of. a great opportunity to get involved with that. So appreciate everyone that has voted. If you do want to vote yes or no, just click that off on your screen there. I'll leave this open for another 10 seconds. We'll get moving forward to our presentation here. Get that closed up. We offer a really nice trips we do with agents for production. And we have our next trip is going to be to Kiawah Island in South Carolina. Qualification started in July of 2022. It runs through December of 2023. That's 18 months to qualify. Does take 4.5 million points to qualify. All of your production through IMS does count. Your annuity business, your life insurance, whatever you write through IMS will count towards our trips. Always a great time. And then our top 20 agents also get to go on to an extended trip to Charleston, I believe, in historic downtown Charleston. So good way to get your name into that, being one of our top 20 agents. Good chance to mingle with some of our top producers and stay a couple extra days based on that. So definitely keep that in mind on that Seaside Sanctuary trip. Qualification does run through the end of the year. So do look forward to seeing a number of you on the trip. Should be a great time had by all. We do have a presence on social media sites, Facebook and LinkedIn. We do special advertising on both sides. If it's something you have some interest in utilizing, definitely take a look at our presence there on either site. Be glad to help you out on that end and keep things rolling. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and change presenters here to David Hall. He's one of our main reps there with EquiTrust. They do a fantastic job on keeping their products competitive. They do a great job on renewals on their plans. I know Dave has been with them for a number of years now, and he's really a great asset. We can touch base with David at any time to get additional details on their programs. Once again, David, welcome aboard. Glad you could make it in this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the opportunity to be on the call. Yeah,
definitely.
So again, thanks everybody for being on the call with myself and Matt today. Again, my name is David Hall. I'm one of the internal wholesalers here at EquiTrust. I've been here for about 5 years. Overall in the industry, close to 17, 18 years. So seen a lot over the last many years within the business. But when Matt approached me and said, hey, can you jump on a call and talk a little bit more about EquiTrust? I put together kind of just a short presentation to kind of highlight, what's really going on here, kind of what's new, where we're seeing the majority of the business go, and hopefully you can walk away with a couple of sales ideas once I get towards the end of the presentation. And really kind of the newest addition to the annuity portfolio here within the last couple of months, which we kind of really phrased as our MIGA alternative product, is our MarketFive indexed annuity. And so the thought process behind the MarketFive is we wanted to be able to come out with something that was shorter in length, come out with something that might be appealing and attractive to a MIGA type of a client, maybe getting their feet wet in an indexed annuity type of a product. But when you look at it, it's going to be a very simple, straightforward, client-friendly product design with some really, really great accumulation rates within the product. And so that's kind of what I wanted to lead off with the MarketFive being a brand new product with us. Please just keep in mind and make sure you get those training requirements all completed prior to writing any business. You can actually get your product training done at any point in time, and then just keep in mind you may have some state-specific continuing education that may need to be completed as well. So always just like to make sure to mention with any new product, which I know all of you are aware of, just make sure you get that product training all completed. A little bit about the MarketFive, though, kind of just to lay the groundwork, some of the product specifics. I think, as I'd mentioned, you'll see and find out that this is really a straightforward product. It's going to be a flexible premium product, so clients can definitely continue to add additional money to that contract if they wanted to be able to do so. It will not extend the surrender charge period at all. Everything's going to be free and clear at the end of 5 years. Nice, just a small $10,000 minimum premium requirement to be able to open the contract up front. Great thing about the MarketFive, you can actually write this all the way up through age 90. So if you have some of those older clients looking for some type of an FIA shorter in length, this could be a great opportunity. Again, it's a 5-year surrender charge period, hence the MarketFive name. We do pay full accumulation value at death, so whatever that accumulation value has grown to, the time that the client passes away is what is actually gets passed on to the beneficiaries. You have built-in liquidity within the contract, so 10% free withdrawals anytime after the first year, and we calculate those free withdrawals off of the accumulation value. We do have the nursing home rider built into the contract for any client who is 80 or younger, and then the terminal illness is also built into the contract as well. There are no age restrictions at all in the terminal illness rider. And then last but not least, we do have a strong guaranteed accumulation value of 105%. So more or less just the worst case scenario, assuming that those index options or whatever you're utilizing within the contract just simply don't perform. As Matt had mentioned, we actually just announced a rate increase today on our index annuity products, and it's more or less applying to the fixed accounts within the products and then some S&P 500 and then some of the volatility control options. It does kind of vary according to product, but here's a look at, as of today, what the MarketFive crediting rates look like. The fixed account actually just went from 5 up to 5.5% effective today, so a nice 50 basis point increase. We're seeing a lot of clients utilizing that fixed account for the first year, or potentially looking at splitting the money up and putting some of the money into, say, just a typical S&P 500 annual points of point with a cap at 10%. But you can see there's a lot of different options in there. You've got a fixed account, you have a handful of different S&P 500 options, and then there are two low volatility control options listed there at the bottom. The Barclays Focus 50 Index, which was customized exclusively for EquiTrust, and then the S&P MarkFive. So, definitely, we always really preach the diversification story. We're talking to producers. Definitely not necessarily a right or wrong approach when it comes to how you're allocating the money. Definitely know that you do have the opportunity to reallocate the money each year on the contract anniversary. So a lot of great opportunities for that upside potential within the MarketFive contract. Like I said, that fixed account really seems to be where so many of the premium dollars are going right now, just because you have such a strong fixed account. As far as the product positioning goes, I know I'd mentioned, and this kind of covers, a bullet point number one there. This is a great MYGA alternative type of a product. There's lots of clients out there who have just always bought MYGA products because they like that, guarantee. We're definitely seeing some good opportunity with the MarketFive as a MYGA alternative type of a product. Also a good opportunity for like a CD alternative. You think about it, with a MYGA specifically, a lot of times those are going to be just interest only type of withdrawals. You've got better withdrawal options, the strong fixed rate in comparison to a MYGA. And then of course, as I'd mentioned, the reallocation options, each year on the contract anniversary, maybe 100% of the money's in the fixed account for the first year. Maybe let's move a little bit of that out into one of the index options for year number two. Strong short-term accumulation is really the story behind the MarketFive product. And then one thing we really like that we talk quite a bit about is with our partial tax conversion program, which basically allows, the client the flexibility and the opportunity to take money from, say, a traditional IRA, a contract that's set up as a traditional IRA, and peel out, money each year on an annual basis, for an example, and convert that over to a Roth. And we like the idea of the MarketFive and the partial tax conversion just simply because of the 5-year window that you're working with on the MarketFive. So, a story that we're talking a lot about is, say, the client puts $100,000 into the MarketFive. It's set up as a traditional IRA. The goal being that the client would love to get all that money eventually moved out of the traditional IRA, MarketFive, into the mirrored Roth MarketFive, say over a 5-year period, and just doing, $20,000 per year, over 5 years. So at the end of that 5-year period of time, when that contract's out of surrender charges, all that money has then already all been moved over to the Roth IRA account. So kind of just seems to fit hand in hand. A lot of producers that we're working with are having quite a bit of success behind that partial tax conversion opportunity, specifically using the MarketFive. Shifting gears a little bit, one of the incentives, kind of the specials that we're doing to wind out the rest of the year is we do have a premium bonus special that we've got in place right now. So limited time, we just launched it here just about a month or so back. The 19th of September will run through the end of the year. So our market power bonus, which is typically a 10% premium bonus, is up to 12%. the market force, which in most states it's an 8% bonus, 7% in California. That's being moved up to 10% in all states where the product is approved. And then the market 10, which is normally a 6% bonus, actually moves up to 8%. And the cool thing about the market 10 is that 8% bonus under the premium bonus special will actually apply to any and all money that goes into that contract in the first 5 years. So we see the market 10 used a lot for IRA type money because you can go to as low as $5,000 of qualified money. The client can continue to add to that contract, and right now, through the end of the year, they're going to get that 8% bonus for any money that goes into the contract in the first 5 years. So this has been something that's been obviously very well received. We've seen a really nice uptick in just the index annuity business, especially with the bonus products because of the enhanced premium bonus. A great opportunity to put a little bit of extra up front for the client on the premium bonus side.
Hey, David, of those 3 contracts, yeah, which one's selling the best right now?
Yeah, good question. Probably a lot of the business right now is going into the market power bonus just because it's got that higher bonus up front. I will say the market power, depending upon the state, the majority of the states, the market power is going to be a 14-year product. There's like 15, 16 states where it's actually a 10-year product. So, it's definitely a win-win situation. And the crediting rates in the market power are still very, very strong, even considering the client's getting the 12% bonus up front. So I think you're probably going to see market power, that is our top selling product overall on the FIA side. I think the market force, though, is not too far behind that, just simply because you can write that market force all the way up through age 80 and still be able to give the client currently now a 10% bonus.
So in California, is that bonus 9?
Nope, actually, we were able to get it up to 10, the full 10 in California. So it went from 7 to 10 in California.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, which
awesome.
is pretty cool. Yep.
Cool.
And the market 10, like the market 10, like I mentioned, definitely is a great opportunity for some of that qualified IRA type stuff where you're just going to start the contract with $5,000 of qualified money up front, and the client's intention is to keep adding money to that and getting that bonus for the first 5 years. So it's nice because I think each one really kind of fits, in different situations.
Yeah, and if you add on the fixed rate on top of the bonus, the client's going to make some really good returns there that first year.
Yeah, exactly. And to kind of give you an idea on the fixed rates, in the market power right now, the fixed account is 4.5. Market 10 is 4.5, and then your market force is 4.25. So some pretty attractive fixed account rates when you couple those with the premium bonus up front.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so we're seeing that combination of the bonus product utilizing the fixed account for the first year, get that client that guaranteed first year of the bonus plus the fixed account. It's a win-win situation.
Cool.
Yes, sir. And then last but not least is the EAP incentive Matt had mentioned through Firelight. So cool opportunity too. Even if you're already doing EAP, let's put the extra $500 in your pocket for up to a total of 5 cases for 5 different clients. So it applies to all of our products with the exception of our bridge, FIA, LTC type products. So basically between now and the end of the year, you can either go to the EquiTrust agent website, submit it that way. You can go to the IMS instance of Firelight through their website, submit it that way. Makes no difference to us. We'll just put an extra $500 in your pocket. And the way that will get paid out is, as Matt mentioned, you're going to get your normal standard commission when the contract gets issued. The $500 is basically paid out the 15th of the following month. So contract gets issued today. You can look at the 15th of November is when you get that $500 per EAP for the first 5. So, and I'll be honest with you, we've seen our utilization on EAPs really take off during this EAP incentive. I think we were always probably right around 42-45% utilization on EAPs. We're now pushing between 60 and 65, and so we've got producers who are trying EAP for the first time, and hey, I'm gonna dip my toe in the water. I'm gonna give this EAP a try. I'm gonna $500 in my pocket. I know my business is gonna go through a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. So that's definitely a win-win situation too. And like a lot of our Certainty Select MIGA business, for an example, 6% guaranteed for 10 years. You can imagine the amount of business that's coming in, and producers just using Firelight to submit that business as well. So, Matt, I definitely would like to turn it back over to you, sir, and see if there's anything else you'd like me to add or any questions that maybe came up.
Yeah, appreciate the information, David. I know that we've seen a nice increase on the use of e-apps this year, and once an agent uses it once, they tend to go back and use it again because it's so much easier. I know you guys have seen, going from 40% up to 60% on usage of the e-app programs. That's a additional 50% on top of what you had prior to that. So it's a big increase, and having that extra $500 definitely helps. I had a couple guys call me up and want me to go through the program with them on doing the e-app, and they've never done one before, so it's a little bit of a learning curve up front. But once they kind of did it one time, they're like, well, this is super easy. I'm gonna keep using this just because it's just so much easier than having to fill an app out, in handwriting. It's just a lot easier process on that end. And then we have seen a nice bump in business going to EquiTrust this year. EquiTrust has really backed that up with some great service. You're seeing business go through in a timely fashion, and been a really good year, helping with the EquiTrust business there and jumping that up a pretty decent percentage on our end too. So definitely a win-win out there. And then we see some business going that choice for you. You want to go over that 6-year contract real quick, David, on what
Yeah.
that offers?
So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Matt. I know it was one thing we wanted to talk a little bit more about. So the choice four is really kind of it phrases a traditional fixed product, and so the choice four name is simply because there's 4 different versions or variations of the choice four product. The one that 99% of the business actually goes into is the version that's labeled choice four liquidity plus MBA. And simply what that means is it's a 6-year contract. So walk away free and clear at the end of 6 years. There's no renewal window, anything like that. And the current first year rate right now is 5%. So client's going to get guaranteed 5% for the first year. There's a 1.5% bonus up front when the contract gets issued. So you figure 6.5% guaranteed for the first year. And then that 5% fixed rate for the first year actually renews each year on the contract anniversary. But based on our renewal rate history on the choice four, I wish I had the flyer with me. I want to say it's like 92% of the time it renews at whatever it was originally issued at. It's got good liquidity, so the client can take interest in the first year. They can then start taking out 10% free withdrawals in years 2 plus. And it's a strong commission product too for being a 6-year contract. So we're seeing a lot of that business go into just a typical traditional fixed product because yes, the rate looks great and it is great, but the renewal rate history behind it is really kind of where the story is told. And we've got some really strong renewal rate history to be able to back that up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that I purchased one here probably about 5 years ago, and it's renewed at that base rate every year, beyond the first year. So it's definitely a nice renewal rate. The client's going to earn good rates. Agent's going to earn significantly more by doing a choice four than they would with a straight MIGA, and definitely a win-win on that situation. I know with your fixed rates, having a 6% rate for 10 years and a 5.5 for 5, and with the compensation that EquiTrust pays on their MIGAs, it's a great deal for the agent, and the client's going to have those great interest rates for the next number of years. And the way I look at it right now in the marketplace, you don't want to go short term. You want to go long term. There's no reason to take a 3-year rate when the rates are as high as they've been in 25 years. Take it out 5 years, take it out 6 years, take it out 10 years. Get the client locked in. There's no reason to pass up a 6% rate right now when we haven't seen a 6% rate since 1996. So definitely a great time to get your clients better returns. Have that as their bond in their portfolio. Don't go with bond rates, go with these fixed interest rates, and they're tax deferred. And you're not going to see any fluctuation, going forward for the next number of years on these locked in rates. And I don't see these rates lasting forever. I wouldn't be surprised to see we'll probably see some rate reductions coming up in 2024. But this is definitely a great time to lock in those rates. And I just launched a poll. If you have interest in getting more information on what EquiTrust has to offer in the market, I'm glad to email you the latest rate sheet, get you the contracting, get you up and running. Any questions you have post webinar here, you can give myself a call. This is Matt Tour. Or if you want to call the home office, David Hall, I'll be glad to talk to you. Be glad to answer your questions. I know that EquiTrust also does Roth conversions. a good chance for a client to take some of their IRA money, convert it to a Roth contract, and thus have, tax-free withdrawals down the road. Pay your taxes now to build up tax-free dollars down the road. So definitely a good combination there. Once again, appreciate you being on, David. Anything you want to finalize here with us this morning?
No, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for the wonderful partnership and all the business. And trust me, it does not go unnoticed here. So, no, thank you for the time. Really appreciate being able to be on the call.
You got it, David. Appreciate it. And everyone else have a great week. I know we're going to have a great fall week here in Omaha this year. Going to be this week going to be in the 60s and 70s. So we'll take that in October. Otherwise, everyone have a great year end, and we look forward to a prosperous fourth quarter and moving into 2024. We'll talk to everyone soon. Bye now.